And welcome again to yet another IADC update. This evening we are back in the field to bring you an update as to what exactly is taking place here at the Argyle International Airport project. Now, even though we continue to be in mourning for the loss of our colleague and friend Jeffrey Cato, him being buried just yesterday, we nonetheless want to let you know that the work continues here at the Argyle International Airport. Though we might be moving along with a little less excitement and pace as we had been in previous weeks, but after this week I'm sure it's going to pick back up. However, I am back here where the sea defense work is continuing, and just to give you a look, just an eye there as to what we are doing here. Where I'm standing here was all sea. All ahead of me was all sea, and if you can judge the distance behind me where the rock is, I can almost walk a few steps there and touch it, whereas a few months ago none of that was possible. But we are here and we do have to create quite an embankment so we can prevent the ocean from coming back in and taking back the land that we are taking from it. And if you look ahead of me, you'll have an idea of the height that we have attained thus far. Way in the back there, the trucks continue to deposit the rocks, and so the building process here in the sea defense area continues. We are going to go around the project. From here we're going to go a little further up, still in the 3rd kilometer of the site, to show you what is happening with the end of the runway in this area. We'll also show you the work that is now ongoing in preparation for the spanning of the Yambo River. So don't go away, stay with us as we go around. We're still in the 3rd kilometer of the project, and things are moving along nicely in this area. If you look straight behind me, you would see that the Catholic Church hill, that's the hill where the Catholic Church once stood, is coming down nicely. As a matter of fact, there is hardly a hill there now, and that is coming down nicely, and we are seeing real progress here in the runway section for the 3rd kilometer. Now what you're looking at, you see they have some stone-based material on the runway here. That will be the first set of stone base that they're putting in to accommodate the compaction process. After that, there'll be more and more layers being put on here so that it can be compacted properly before we get to the base layer where we can put on the asphalt or the pavement beginning this area. So that is some of the preparatory work that is taking place here, and once that hill comes all the way down, we just push the runway a little back, a little bit more behind there, and that should give us the 3,000 feet that we are looking for. On the opposite side here behind me, this is where we have all the material already in place for the spanning of the Yambo River. And not only do we have all the material in place, but work has actually started on that part of the project. Now, a lot of trucks are lined up over there because they're doing excavation and they're taking away the topsoil from there. That excavation is being done in preparation for the construction of the culvert in that area. So part of the river, this part that runs directly behind me and a little further up, will be diverted from this route over to that side, come back down and end up back where the old river bed is right now, so that at the end of the river where you catch the tree, everything would still be in place as it is right now. So work has started there, and we expect that within the next 3 to 4 months the spanning of the river should be completed. From this vantage point also, yes, you see a lot of activity. The trucks are busy up and down, but if you look further across towards the petroglyph hill, now that is the hill right ahead there where we have the petroglyphs that you hear so much about at Argyle, and we are awaiting their removal. Just on the other side of the petroglyph hill there, we have started the excavation of the rocks, and a lot of rocks are being excavated from that area. Today it is quite busy as the trucks are back and forth taking those rocks away from there and over to where the sea defense work is being done. So lots of work. Even though we're not in the best of spirits this week, we're still doing a lot of work, and we expect that for the weeks and months to come that it will be endless activity out here at the Argyle International Airport as we seek to complete this project. In our last update, we told you that we were getting ready to start the pavement works on the apron area of the runway. And if you take a close look behind me, just in front of the passenger terminal building, you will see that they have started work there. They are preparing the ground right now for the commencement of the actual pavement works there. Now the apron area here will be done with hydraulic concrete. That's what we are doing this area with, hydraulic concrete. And our apron on completion will be able to accommodate up to 40 planes depending on the size of the planes. So it is quite a massive area that we are preparing there to accommodate these planes. We have 3 interconnecting aprons. We have the general aviation, commercial apron, and cargo apron. That would be right in front of the cargo terminal, that area way ahead of us that you see work being done right now. We are preparing that area for the construction of the cargo terminal, which will be done a little later as we progress with the project. But in the meantime, we continue to do the retrofitting of the passenger terminal building. We're putting the things in place, and very soon that building will be ready for operation. So the work is continuing here. We have work continuing also on the other side of the project, just behind me there, where we are preparing the area for the installation of a fuel farm, and that would also be done soon. And up on the hill, way up on the hill, we have work going on the control tower. That may be our final stop for today at the control tower. We're going to go up there and see what they have done since we last visited. But before we head up there, we need to look just in front of me here where we are constructing the drain. This side of the project, right in front the passenger terminal building, you have a drain continuing, the construction of which is continuing right here in front of me. It's coming all the way from inside the 2nd kilometer, at the beginning of the 2nd kilometer, right across here, and it's going to go right down to the end and drain out in that little stream that we have running along there. And then that drain, we're going to continue the drain going down there, which will take the water right down to the sea. So lots of work being done here at the same time at Argyle. We do have a lot of people on site right now. We have had extra trucks, and it's just a flurry of activities out here. So we need to keep it on track, and that is what we are trying to do. As promised, we are at the top of Colonel Anderson Hill, right next to the former Carl Glasgow's residence, and we are taking a peek in on what they're doing here with the construction of the control tower. Now the base for the control tower is pretty much complete, and they are now tying their steel and preparing themselves to go up the additional 3 floors that we need to put in here to accommodate the cabin, which will be placed at the top of this control tower. So work here is ongoing, and we are expecting them to be completed by July, and according to reports from the contractors, they are just about a few days ahead of schedule. So they are on track, and we're expecting them to be ready by their contractual date for completion, which is in July of 2014. I'm going to move a little bit lower here, because from this vantage point we have a really excellent view of the apron and also the work being done on the drains there in the 2nd kilometer of the project. So we're going to go down a little lower, still on the hill, but a little lower, that you can see the entire area and judge for yourself what is happening here at the Argyle International Airport. And as we wind up this evening's update, I thought I'll let you have a glimpse of what we see on a daily basis, and that is the entire 2nd and 3rd kilometers of the project, and lots of work taking place in these 2 kilometers of the project right now. We are of course continuing working the 1st kilometer, but for today we focus on the 2nd and 3rd kilometers. And if you look ahead of me, just straight over here, you will get a good view of the base layer that is now being placed on the apron area. They have done quite a significant amount of it, putting on the base there. When they have completed this, we will see actual pavement work beginning, and that will be soon incoming. Also adjacent to that, you can look down into the drain that is being constructed right there in front of the terminal building. And well, the workmen are busy right now, so lots of work going on in that area as well. If you look straight ahead also, you get a good view of the Petroglyph Hill, where the excavation work is ongoing right now as we speak. Very soon we are hoping we will be able to say to you that the airport is now completed, and we are awaiting our certification, our testing and certification, so that we can start operations. We are looking to have this work completed by the end of this year, so keep your fingers crossed, keep praying for the project, keep supporting the project, and by the grace of God we will have it ready for you by the end of this year. Thank you so much for viewing, and we'll see you next time.